Hey, do you guys know what the date is today?
Is it 10/10?
Nope. Be honest, Randy.
Okay.
You can be honest with our
October
audience.
11th.
Wait, really? Because you must be today's date, Randy.
What?
Why are you disappointed? You're not 10 out of 10.
I'm studying now. I'm over it.
Why'd you do that? to him?
Randy's just disappointed he's not 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But
Sad.
it's okay. You're 10 out of 11, and I'm the one you need.
Oh my god. Mm.
Anyway, Jorge, you want to lead today's talk? What are we talking about today? What have you been up to? Just shitting in bushes and shit?
Not recently, no.
Wait.
Not recently.
Okay, real talk. Okay, am I allowed to talk about this? Like, unironically, don't you like shit in bushes? But like in a normal way.
Allegedly.
Okay, hypothetically.
Yeah.
It's.
Well,
if you would, when would you do it?
Well, sometimes when you're running, there's like no way you're gonna make it to the next porta potty or bathroom, especially right now when like, you kind of don't want to stick your butt wherever with COVID. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta go,
Nature's backyard. Nature's toilet.
What is even the fucking what is the rule behind that? Like, do you like look around, see if no one's there, or do you like, oh fuck, it's the side of the road, there's people driving by, but I
don't know. You don't do side of the road.
Yeah,
that's
dumb. That part doesn't worry me. That part doesn't stress me out. What worries me is the aftermath of doing the shit.
That's why you only do it in emergencies, because like. You gotta squat right, like position yourself so like there's not as much shit that's gonna remain on your butt.
Oh,
no. Can you walk?
But typically when it's worked, yeah. But it is possible to get it like you just gotta squat right,
okay.
To minimize those issues.
Can we back up? I want to break down how this happens. Like, say you're running. Okay, so you're running. And you get the first hit of the shits. Okay, so what goes through your mind?
Well, I mean, I don't really know exactly because it may or may not have happened before. Okay. But I mean, it's just figuring out where the closest bathroom might be, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes figuring out if I have to go backwards in my run to get there. Or if I just keep going forward in hopes that even if it is far away, that I'll still make it there.
So what's the time frame? Like, is it 20 minutes of running too long, or like what's the deal?
I don't know. It's like I feel like or like when I have to poop personally, it kind of just hits me. And since you're like your whole body is running and going, it's like moving. It's gonna like go pretty fast. So.
Like, so you don't wait. So you wouldn't wait 20 minutes.
No, I don't think you can wait.
Okay.
Or like, there's a certain point when you're running where you have to start to walk.
Oh, so it's like the shit maximum. I got you.
Like recently, I've had some times when I've had to walk because of it, but like
you always made it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So like then, okay. So if you didn't make it back, what's the type of spots are you looking for? Are you looking for like an alleyway? Are you looking for like a bush? Like, what's the deal? Like, are you gonna like jump inside a dumpster? What's the deal? Like, where are you right now? Where are we running?
I mean, it's usually in a trail like that is not like visible to streets or like anywhere else.
It's like Daniel's.
It's only the other people on the trail passing by as well. So.
There's people there.
Well, yeah, it's a trail.
Okay.
So there can be people there, but I mean, you gotta. There's typically a number of like bushes to the side of the trail on either side, and these bushes like go on for a while. So I would recommend in such a case to like try to hide yourself behind some layer of bushes to give yourself some protection. Yeah.
Well,
so then what's it like after you're done with the process? Like, do you just pull up your pants and you keep on running, or like
I mean,
well, like, do you
you're not gonna keep on running
like,
without pulling your pants up, right? So you got to do that.
So, so what? How do you clean up? How would you clean up?
I think that's why he said the squatting position is important.
Yeah, you just squatting position. Like,
There's
There
bound
is
to
no
be something
cleanup.
remaining though.
I mean, yes, but you reduce it in that way, and like this is why it's like kind of an emergency situation. If you can avoid this, you slow down when you feel it's like really coming, and then walk if needed, and then in emergencies.
So you wouldn't wipe.
I mean, I don't know what you would wipe with personally. I don't
There's
go
a bush. I
camping
thought
often, so
isn't it like things like poop sticks or some shit like that?
Oh no.
I mean, typically like the only times I've gone camping where I there's an actual bathroom there, so it hasn't been camping out in the wild. I don't know what these poop sticks you might be referring to are, Randy. So
I think
yeah.
Randy just uses them on a daily. So
I think I don't know. I've heard stories of Jorge's runs, and I feel like none of them are ever like normal. Like the other day, I got a picture from Jorge of just his nipples bleeding after a run.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What happened?
I mean,
but I get that one. That one's a bit more normal because your
Yeah.
shirt's like rubbing against you. Your
now,
nipples.
now I use if this happens to you, then I recommend using Neosporin before running.
Gotcha.
Oh.
It helps.
Vaseline
Yeah.
or some Vaseline or something.
Or
Nice.
anything that keeps them sort of lubricated.
Band-Aid?
I feel like I have too much hair on my nipples.
Oh,
for that.
Okay.
nice. Well, here. So we started with the pickup line and we delved
Ended on the nipple line.
with Jorge's crash course. I'd say that was a pretty shitty way to start off the podcast.
What's the wait?
But,
The weird question the question I have for you is like, what's the social etiquette when like if someone catches you like in the bush, or like you're running and your nipples are bleeding, do you look at them? Do you talk to them? Do you like?
Oh,
Hey,
well,
what's
like
up?
I didn't even notice. So when I was running, yeah, that happened. The nipple bleeding thing happened a week ago. It's the first time it's ever happened to me. Yeah, I felt like my nipples were kind of like irritated in the middle of the run, but then I finished, and eventually when I walked into my house, I saw one of my parents and they saw red on my shirt, so I looked down, and I was surprised.
Do you run past anyone? Did they just look at you and didn't say anything?
It was possible.
What's
I don't know when
not
in the run they
homies.
might have started. So
they're not a real one. I would have told you your nipples are bleeding. Wouldn't you?
Is that
What,
the
if I-
etiquette?
if I saw
I don't know what
someone
the etiquette.
random,
I've never happened. I don't
mean,
go outside.
I mean, maybe it's just some deficiency they have. Like you don't want to call them out for that. Maybe it's just something that happens to their body every day.
What the fuck? I want to go home.
Interesting. What is
Possible.
what is etiquette that you guys are aware of? Like, let's keep, so that maybe there's something we do differently than you, and it's not as extreme of a situation.
Okay. I don't want to take the conversation for too long, but all I'm saying is tipping is fucking impossible. I don't know if this was for anyone else. Like, what is the rule for tipping, right? Like, oh, why is it based on how much money you spend at a place? Like, if I go somewhere and I buy a fucking McDonald's sandwich, okay, you don't tip the McDonald's, but say if you did, it'd be like fucking 25 cents. But if I go out and I buy a fucking $20 sandwich, why is it now a fucking $5 tip? You both made a fucking sandwich for me. Why is it based on the price and not on the effort?
Okay.
But what is the rule here? What do you guys tip?
Okay,
I don't buy
do-
$20 sandwiches.
Okay, you probably buy $10 ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you still pay a tip for that. I'm assuming if
No,
you
yeah,
dine in.
For sure.
Like like with that example that you gave, Randy, the difference is there's some extra service, right? For the costlier burger, like McDonald's, they're not bringing up the food to you. You get it. But with that said, I think I do around 12% tip.
You
Like I do that math. We're a college student, bro. We're college students. Like we can't tip like exorbitantly,
I'll explain my tipping strategy after everyone is. Okay, so Saichandra, you're a 12% boy all the time.
Flat 12%.
Okay, Daniel.
I mean, okay, so for me, I think recently it changed just because I started working at a restaurant. Well, I quit like a week ago, but I spent like 2-3 months there, and I got to like see what people do and stuff. And so my opinion has kind of changed a little bit.
Okay.
Before I was just like, why am I really tipping? Because like I'm just like, you're getting paid for your work already, aren't you? So like, why am I giving you more? But now I kind of understand because like dealing with customers is so terrible, so terrible. So I would tip for like how much extra work or like customer service they have to do. So I usually don't really tip so much for like takeout. So I do understand it involves like some customer service and like extra like walking or something. So I would still tip for that, but like predominantly I would say like tipping is mostly for like if you dine in and you have like a server who's like helping you. But also when you tip, it also like goes to like the host at a restaurant, the people like who tell you like, oh, would you like to get in line for like the wait list? We can seat you guys. And also like it goes to like the busters, the people who like clean the table after you. And of course it also goes to the kitchen. So for me, I mean, I understand since we're like college students and we don't have as much income, like I'd say like it depends on how much food you order, how many people you have, and like how much like a mess you make. So to be honest, I think when I was working at a restaurant, the worst times were like when people brought kids, because like there'd be like food all over the floor and you have to clean all up. And it's not very easy to clean up either. Or if you like bring like, I don't know, like 8 teenagers and you all like heck are needy and they don't live the server alone, then I would also tip more on those occasions. I can't really give an exact number, but every single time you dine in, I'm pretty sure you should tip just because like, I mean, it's not really easy to take care of customers. And usually restaurant people get tipped like, or they get paid like minimum wage, I'm pretty sure. So, but also whenever you get tipped, your hourly wage gets taxed more. So I was told that some of the servers at the restaurant I worked at, they might get like, I don't know, like $150 tip a day, which is like a pretty big deal. But then as a result, they lose like around half of their hourly wage. Like they get taxed that much. So it's not like all the money they get like goes into their pocket because like one gets taxed and also it gets like spread to all the other employees. So yeah, I guess like if your order like comes out and it's like wrong or something, I guess you can tip a little bit less if you're angry. But then at the same time, like it's not really like everyone's fault. So I don't know, just keep that in mind probably. Though I do admit like before I started working, I was like, I don't really want to tip because it's extra money. So like I just feel like it just makes sense, or like it would be pleasant or it'd be nice as someone who had worked at a restaurant if I tipped as much as I was like kind of hoping for when I was working there. I don't know.
With that being said, Daniel doesn't tip.
I tip. What are you talking about? I don't go out to eat that often, but I tip. I even tip like when I was like, yeah, I even tip like when I was like, because sometimes I work like doubles, and in between you got to eat there, right? So like, even if like I'm not getting customer service, I feel a little weird if like I don't tip, even though, like I said, there's no customer service involved. I'm just getting my food. I'm going to the break room and I'm eating, but I feel kind of guilty if I don't tip. I don't know. That's just for me.
All right. That's a pretty interesting perspective. And the math that you talked about a little, like, we don't have to talk about it, but that's also interesting. Like we can, all 4 of us can do math. Like it's interesting to like get that tax thing, learn about that at least. Jorge.
Wait, so do you guys know about like the percentages that come on like the bottom of the receipt or like the common options? Wait, what are the common options? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's
like
I think
10,
it's like
15.
It's like, yeah, it's like 10, 15, 20, and like your entire mortgage is the last one.
Don't pick that super big one.
Because I don't think I've, well, I mean, it's because I haven't like dined in or any time like recently, but usually I would just like pick the bottom one of those, and yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
and typically like if you're tipping for I guess that's only when you dine in for like a meal that's like $10 or something. But if it's like for more of a $5 meal, or like, I mean, it's kind of just like you can take it out and whatever. I usually won't tip.
I probably would. It depends on like how big of a meal. I'm assuming you're like, we're talking about like you sit down with like family or friends and you like eat like an entire meal. Then
then either probably 10 or 15, I guess. Yeah.
We're college students.
You guys have such like well thought out answers where you guys Like it's reasonable, it makes sense, right? It's fair to the workers. I have a different philosophy. Tipping is a fucking science, okay? It is entirely dependent on the establishment you go to. If I'm going in and it's takeout, you're not getting a tip. I'm sorry, right?
Okay, I think we
That shit's in a
all agree
plastic
that.
bag. I didn't make me
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like le overture, whatever the
I
fuck,
agree
right?
with that pretty much.
I don't give a fuck, right? You're gonna flip that fucking iPad at my face and it's gonna ask me for a tip for my boba milk tea. It's fucking zero. Don't even ask.
I don't tip
Right?
for boba.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. If I go to a place in the restaurant, I picked out all the food for myself. I put it in my plate. I grabbed my fucking tray. I put it on my table, and I gotta pick up that damn tray and put it back like at Marugame Udon. Why the fuck am I tipping? I'm pretty much wiped down the entire fucking place for you. Why am I tipping? Right? The only
Okay,
cool
that's
things,
also fair.
I guess I get to saw you cook, but you know what? Everywhere else cooks too, right? Why the fuck? I get why, but it's like maybe I'll throw in like $1 or $2 on the table, but someone else will just sit down and grab it.
I don't think I go out enough to be in that situation a lot of the time.
I will tip at buffets because buffets are fucking dirty, nasty, nasty places, right? You're going to my table more than twice, and I don't want to see you more than twice. Once to refill my water. No, I only want to see you like 3 times. Take my fucking order, give me my food, refill my water, and the last one's like give me my receipt. Like after that, it's like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. I'm sorry. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait, is that for buffets or what? What was that?
No, normal restaurants.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Wait, for buffet, you said no tip, right?
But no, I tip at buffets, of course. Okay. You're gonna come.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You came, grabbed my plate like 3 times, right? You asked me how I was doing 4 times, like as if it's gonna change. I'm just fucking eating. Like, okay, bro, just leave me fuck alone.
Okay, I completely forgot about that part.
Yeah,
They do have to pick up your plates.
it's also dependent on this type of establishment. If I'm going to an Asian restaurant, like a dirty, nasty, fucking C-tier health rating, you're getting $2 max. I'm sorry, your place is not clean, right? You probably talk shit about me in the other language I don't understand. Doesn't matter. That's why you're getting $2. Your food's dirt cheap. We both get it. You're gonna treat me like shit. I'm gonna pay you like shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right? The only one that's a little weird is like taco trucks, right? Because I know they're working fucking hard, right? But they just give me my food and I walk away. I want a tip, but I always pay by card or some shit.
Dang.
I don't want to like type in because what if you like steal my number or some shit? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's a call to action.
But
Taco trucks start taking tips.
Yeah, if I sit at a restaurant, okay, here's the thing. If I'm eating with a lot of friends and we all decide to tip, it's 15% max. Okay. And I feel it's a respectable amount where it's like you're not a cheap ass like I actually am. But everyone's like, okay, you at least appreciate, like it's like a healthy amount. You know what I mean? It's a girthy amount of the tip.
Yeah, that's where I get my 12% number from. 10% is a little too cheap. 15 can be a little high at times, right? Because with the if your overall total for the meal is pretty high, like obviously the 15% will be a lot. Yeah. So that's when I'm like, I don't want to tip that much.
Yeah, I also low-key base it on like the effort. Like Korean barbecue places, hot pot places, those kind of places, they get more.
Yeah.
Why? You got to change my fucking grill. I'm going to call you more than once to do stuff. Fine, you deserve the money. You worked hard, right? But if I'm going to go to a place and there's like fucking $10 burger, there's a $20 burger, regardless of what burger I'm eating, you're going to get the same tip. I'm sorry. It's a fucking, you're the same establishment, I'm getting the same quality of service, and it's up to me. In which case, it's around 10 to 15% or whatever dollar amount feels good to write down.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really important, not only the percentage, but what the final bill comes out to be, right?
Yeah,
because I don't want to have to look at my fucking Venmo account and have to send someone like $14.37. No. You're getting a whole dollar number, right? If it means I'm rounding down a couple of percentages to get that whole dollar number, I'm sorry.
That's also a good point. Yeah.
The money that you get through your Venmo receipts matters, okay? $17 is worth more than 17 cents. Okay, I'm sorry. Right? Fair?
Fair. Sure. I think for me, I was just talking about when you have an actual server who's like helping you. Obviously, if you're the type of customer who doesn't really need much help, then that's fine. But the thing is, like for the restaurant I worked at, like our employees were nice and like our managers were really nice. But for some reason, our customers were like terrible. Like our customers like so entitled and like they want so much help. It's because like at our restaurant, it's like a sushi restaurant. It's like a higher up. It's expensive. So the people that come there are like they're rich or something. And we also have like tiers, like customer tiers. Like if you go pay a certain amount, like you're a certain tier. And so like when you get people like high tiers, they're like, oh, like can you like make my food faster? Like, or can you put me in the front of the line? And then when you say like, oh, I'm sorry, like we're like a little bit busy right now, we can't do that, and they get mad at you, like, I'll give me the manager. I'm like, why? So then if you're gonna be like that kind of customer, like I'm assuming you should probably pay a little bit more. But like obviously if like Rennie was talking about like you're just getting a burger or something, like I'm doing everything myself, and that's I wouldn't really tip. I'm tipping for like the people who are like serving me, who like actually are helping me or something like that. But if it's just me doing everything, then like, well, obviously I feel like they wouldn't feel like too upset about that either, because like they're not doing any extra work. So, like only when there's extra work involved is what I think.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I'm also the type of person like I don't give a shit, right? My basic needs are literally tier. If you show up and my food is, I don't give a fuck. If my food is like eatable, like we're chilling,
Edible.
dog. We're chilling, right? But if you come and you like, I don't know. I don't even know what's like unacceptable, because I feel like when we eat out before, right? We've all eaten out together. Like I don't make a mess, and if I do, I clean it up, right? So it's always like, I don't know. What the fuck is good service? Like if you say like hi to me, I'm like, okay, cool. Like ideally, I just don't want to talk to you at all.
Yeah, not like that kind of stuff. Because you're like a good customer. Like if you went to our restaurant, I'd be really happy. I wouldn't have to really like do too much. But like the kind of bad customers are like the ones that like call you over like every like few minutes, like, or they like make a mess, or like they're drunk because we have alcohol too. They throw up in the bathroom, drop food everywhere, like ask for napkins all the time, even though like we gave them a ton already. Or just rude people in general, racist people. Yeah, we get all kinds of like crummy people. You're not like one of those people. You don't have to worry too much about that. Like you're a good customer. Like
no, I just get anxiety trying to figure out the tip.
You're just, like,
I just get
with every bite,
anxiety.
you're dreading it.
I'm like, bro. They asked me how good how I'm doing. Like this is the third time, bro. I'm not adding another $1 if I tip. Fuck off.
Please make this simple. Don't come ever again.
Yeah, for me, bro, when I eat, like I don't want to bother too much.
Bro,
yeah.
I get so hyped if my water's like halfway empty and they come over and they just fill it up. Like I'll give you extra money for that. Right?
That does make
okay.
A big
Okay, no,
difference.
here is my mountain minor thing. If I'm going to like a nice place and I'm sitting down and eating and my water's like, I don't know, fucking empty for more than 10 minutes, I'm kind of sad. Because after like 3 minutes, I start looking around because I drink water every 2 minutes. Right? Yeah. On the fucking clock, every 2 minutes, 120 seconds in my brain. So if I'm sitting there 10 minutes, dude, that's 5 cycles. I'm like, dude, where the fuck's the waiter? Where's my fucking water, bro? I start looking around at 5 minutes. I'm like, yo, can I get some? Then I'm like, bro.
Yeah, that would be a little weird. Then I would like have to like subtract a little bit for the service aspect. But like sometimes, like for most of the time for us, when like the server asks like, oh, how are you doing? We're just like, we're good, and then they walk away. But like there's so many customers, like when you ask them that, they like talk to you for like 10 minutes about stuff, and they ask you questions, and like they're asking like, some people are asking like, oh, what does sushi mean? I was like, I can't help you with that. Why are you asking that? So like stuff like that, if you're gonna be like obnoxious and like super needy, then
I have okay, so this is a scenario I've seen in a restaurant a couple of times. Personally, it hasn't happened. Okay, so like I guess the situation has happened to me, but it didn't play out the same way for me as it did for the other people I saw. But sometimes the food itself isn't great, right? Yeah. Like I've gotten food poisoning before at some restaurants. And I'm sure that other people complain like, oh, this food is not good either. So what I've noticed is that some people like take that frustration out on the tip. Like they're like, oh, I'm not tipping you because the food is bad. But the server's not really like in control of the food, right? Like, because they're not cooking it. What do you guys think about that?
Wait, I thought
like the fact that they don't like tip the server because the food's bad.
Well, I thought the tip doesn't go straight to the servers. It's the whole like thing. It also goes to the kitchen staff, right, Daniel? So you're not tipping just for your service. It's the service in its entirety. The whole entire staff pretty much get paid through the tips. So by not tipping, you're like saying fuck you to the chef who I guess said fuck you by giving you food poison, which I think is Kind of reasonable.
Just let them know to give a larger proportion to the server.
Can you actually let them know?
I don't think you can do
No,
that.
no, I was joking.
You can't really do that. It depends on the restaurant. Sometimes they have like you have to enter in your tip to the computer, and the computer will automatically distribute it equally every time. Some restaurants, like it's less common nowadays, but like some restaurants used to say like, oh, the servers get to decide how much they want to tip out, and there's like an expected amount, but it's like up to the servers. But recently it's changed, so it's like more automated now. So what that does is like sometimes it like kind of removes some of like the server's incentive to like try and work hard, because like now it's just equal for everyone. So in those cases where like your food is really bad, I mean, I can understand like if you were angry, like the server, like the food gives you food poisoning, diarrhea, or like it's just terrible, then like, yeah, probably, I mean, you don't have to tip really. And then just let the server be mad at the chef or something like that. But yeah, it's kind of hard because it kind of like the tip gets distributed anyways. But I mean, it's just how it is. Like if you're upset about the food is terrible, then like you don't really got a tip. That's the restaurant's fault for like not producing good food. Like I'd be mad at the chef and like, why did you make crappy food? So I don't know. But this happens a lot where like the servers and like the people at the front are always the ones that take the heat.
Yeah.
Just because like you don't get to see the chefs.
Yeah.
So
I think, I don't know. I know we always talk about food, but I feel like food is like one of the most social moments people have. I feel like there's so much things happen while eating that's like
There's different nuances to it. Yeah.
There's a lot of nuances. Like I'm gonna bring up another thing. Have you guys eaten all like a communal meals before, right? Where everyone orders like big plates of food and you all just grab, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we've all had that, right? What is the fucking rule for who gets the last piece? I go to dim sum, me and my fucking 6 friends, we all look at each other like, who the fuck's gonna grab that last shumai, bro? None of us wants to ask, right?
I don't get it.
You can't split that shit. That's the rule. Danny, you can't split shumai. You can't split anything at dim sum. That's fucking disrespect.
No.
One person, one thing, right? What do you guys think about who gets the last piece? Because I've seen times when no one wants to grab the last piece and it just gets fucking thrown away. I'm like, fucking, what the fuck?
I've never had dim sum, so.
I mean, you can do that with pizza, for example.
Like
you go to BJ's,
right?
And, like, there's a last slice. For me, okay, so there's 2 different scenarios. One of them is if you're with your family versus if you're with your friends. So in the family, I think that's more easily resolvable because the adults will just seize, right? They're like, okay, like if the kids want it, let them have it, right?
Yeah, but what about family with like extended family?
Oh, okay. I'll speak for myself.
That's more precarious.
Yeah, there's more like people in that like younger generation, I guess. I'll speak for myself. If I'm honestly hungry, I will just go for it. I don't care. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, what is the worst that can happen if you just take it? Like, are you gonna get heat for it?
Or your family?
Both.
I think what happens is that like, the issue is you don't want to seem like the fat fuck who eats everything, right? I didn't like imagine this, you go out of a meal, right? You're sitting there washing your hands, and all of a sudden you see them walking, and they're like, oh yeah, fucking Saichandra, that fat motherfucker eats all fucking pizza slices, bro. Like, no one wants that, right? But no one wants to fucking man up and grab the last slice. I'm awkward, so I don't know what the fuck the rule is. So my rule is I wait fucking 10 minutes. If everyone hasn't touched it, I'd be like, yo, does anyone want this? No one wants it?
Yeah, I won't wait nearly that long.
Yeah, same. I don't wait that long. But I do wait, but I don't wait 10 minutes. 10 minutes is way too long. I maybe ask that leading question, but like I said, if I'm legitimately hungry, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, but usually there's more than like one slice. You know what I mean? It's like a shit ton of food. I guess. I don't know. I guess it depends on where.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but I don't think I've ever like been bothered by a situation like that, and I'll just I've just always gone for it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the perspective I have is a result of the fact that I'm not thinking about the awkwardness. I'm thinking about like, am I hungry or am I not? If I'm not hungry, there's no point in me taking it. I'm like, I'll just leave it. The others can fight for themselves.
If you don't like the other people, just eat it.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't the issue usually it's not usually that you're feeling hungry, it's usually that you're not full yet. You know what I mean? And there's still food out. That's usually the issue. So
if you're not full, you're still hungry.
I guess. I hope Daniel has extreme feelings about this. I feel okay. I'm gonna predict Daniel has eaten out with his Asian family. His mom's like, make sure you don't eat don't grab the first piece, don't grab the last piece. Make sure everyone else gets it before you grab more. Always grab a little bit at first so you don't seem like a fat fuck and you have favorites. So make sure everyone has their own piece, right? Anything special should probably go to the older people first or the young kids, right? Some bullshit, right? And it's like a fucking art trying to pick out your roasted duck slice. Make sure that you don't offend anyone and no one else is on the, the lazy Susan, you guys. You guys know what the lazy Susan is, or that spinning table, right?
Yeah.
Make sure that when you grab something, no one else is also moving. It's a fucking art, right? So Daniel, have the stage. Okay,
that sounds pretty accurate, but okay. So I'm pretty sure for Asian households, it's like, or at least Chinese households, it's like, don't touch the last piece. Like you don't want to eat the last piece. It feels weird if you do. So that's true. And then if I'm out with friends, like as a result, I pretty much will never grab the last piece unless I know that no one likes it. Then like out of like obligation, like I don't want to waste my money, then I'll eat it because I know no one wants to eat it. Or no. So if it's like, if no one like really wants it, I'll take it. But if I know that people like it, then I don't really want it either. Like I don't want to grab the last piece. For some reason, it's become like I don't want to grab the last piece anymore. So for me, it's just natural. When I'm with family and there's like a last piece, generally speaking, I would like take initiative and grab the last piece and put it on the youngest kid's dish, because usually what happens is like we don't really care too much about like, oh, the elders get the last piece or whatever. I usually just take it and give it to the youngest kid, and everyone seems to be okay with that. As far as, I don't think there's a rule for like who gets to eat first, but usually yes, you would serve everyone, like you get the tongs or whatever, and you like grab the meat and you put it on the like your grandpa's plate first, probably, and then the grandma's. So I guess when you're serving stuff first, it goes to the oldest people and then goes down. But when it comes to like the last piece, it would go to like the youngest one. Like I have cousins and they're younger than me, so I usually give it to her or something like that. So, or like I'll give it to my little brother or something. Like if I'm like at some family event and like we're the youngest ones there, and like I know my little brother's likes this dish, then like I'm just gonna grab it for him.
Yeah,
so he doesn't have to grab it.
Complicated art.
Yeah, there's like a lot of things to think about. It's not like, I mean, it's not like anyone's gonna like roast you or anything, but I'm always afraid like one of my aunts will be like, oh, look at him, like he's being rude, and like there'll be rumors about like your parents not treating you correct or like teaching you correctly.
Yeah,
so
it's that.
Complicated. Yeah,
I think the worst is like when they also order the same item again. If you like grab too much and like, oh yeah, here you can have more, right? That's when you know you fucked up. If they order more food after, you fucked up.
Yeah, that feels bad. And then I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, but like you don't want people talking about you.
Like, I don't know. Here's the thing, like as broke college students, and you guys, I don't know if you guys have done this. I've done this with Daniel and like a couple other friends before, right? Where we go out, we go to like a relatively nice place. We order food. We don't each order our own plates. We order like a bunch of stuff and we all share, right? Yeah. And we fucking sit there. Here's the thing. We are all fucking hungry motherfuckers, okay?
Yeah.
People who don't eat a lot, they don't exist in our group apparently, right? Point being, we sit there, we all eye. We want to make sure everyone has an equal amount. We sit there and we like count slices kind of shit. That's how I know it's like, fuck, we can't actually just free for all food because someone's gonna get fucking pissed because some people eat faster than others. It's fucked. So I actually like Jorge and Saichandra.
I don't like that aspect of counting. Like I don't like it when other people count what I'm eating, and so naturally I try not to do that for others as well, right? Because you're right about the backlash that you might get. Like that's what, like my mom told me the same thing. She's like, "Yo, don't eat like a fat fuck," because like others, exactly. otherwise everyone will like notice it and be like, "Oh, he keeps eating food," and like it's not gonna be good for you.
I didn't think it was possible until sorry to cut, but very short. Sorry. I was eating Korean barbecue with my friend. I was like, "Holy shit, we just got food." He ate like half of the fucking first round, bro. The first round's the best round. Why would you eat half of it? And we were like, "Holy shit, bro!" I'm not gonna name names, but Daniel, you actually know this guy. He's from our high school. And I was like, what the fuck, bro?
So
okay, yeah. Continue. Sorry.
Wait, what was the point? Yeah, so I don't like it when people count how much I'm eating, but I think the move, I mean, also I don't have the same experience as you, because whenever I go out with friends, we all get our own stuff because it's easier to just do split checks that way. And then the servers will rack up tips that way because you have multiple checks, like multiple tips, right?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time or like I can't remember examples of us like getting different things and sharing it. So
I would highly
Oh.
recommend. I think it's ideal actually. I prefer it
More
over like,
variety.
your own meal because I mean it's like places in LA I feel like are low key expensive, and
Oh, yeah.
I think it's personally better if to try more things than have one thing because it's unlikely you'll ever go to the same restaurant again. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, I feel like it's more high value, but maybe we do this because a lot of my friends are Asian. We're just used to the communal lifestyle and we
Sure.
just make it work. But it's definitely like since we're all Asian, we all know the dance and we're all trying to play the game.
Yep.
And we all know after the damn fucking meal, someone's still hungry. So it's like shit.
Yeah.
A lot of times, personally, for me, I usually let the other people eat it because it's like I can just go out and buy more food if I'm still hungry. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not too stressed about it. However, here's the thing: the tech, Daniel, we're gonna do this. Us four, right? Well, it can't just be us four because then we all know the tech. But when we go to a bigger group of friends and we're eating a communal meal, maybe we're eating that fucking Filipino pig thing, right? Whatever the fuck is called, like chicharron or whatever, right? You cannot grab food for yourself in large quantities, but you can grab a lot of food for your friends in large quantities.
Yeah.
So we just siphon food to each other at maximum volumes, at outrageous fucking amounts of food. And the people can't say shit. You just gave it to other people. You're not the fat fuck. You're just very generous.
And you mix it up, give it to someone you don't know as well. I'm like, you want this? And then they're like, no, I'm good. And then you give it to Randy, and vice versa, or something like that. Stuff like that. Or you can it's probably 2 people's a little strange, maybe 3 people, like 3 people feeding food to each other. Then it's safe. It's safe. Good teamwork.
Right.
I think the most relatable one's like, how many slices of pizzas do you get, right? Because I feel like it's never like the right amount, and right, like what's the rule on pizza slices? Is it
Wait, just say okay. On the count of 3, just put 3. Okay, just put up however many slices you eat of pizza on 3. Just use your fingers, like 1, 2, 3.
Like if you
everyone has to do it at once.
How many people and how many pizzas do we have?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Very important.
Okay. Just number of slices. It's just you. How many slices do you eat?
Oh. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Like, are we assuming that I don't give a shit about my health? I'm just trying to eat, or like?
Yeah, you're just trying to eat. Like it's the best. Like it has all the best toppings. Like whatever you want.
Oh.
Okay.
How many do you
How
eat?
big is this pizza?
Like whatever size you want it. Okay, like a mid large.
Like typically when you go out with people to a restaurant and you're sitting down and eating there.
Okay, let's say one
of those cases.
Let's say you're just getting Domino's, or like like easy pizza.
What?
You're just ordering boxes of pizza like to go.
Oh, okay.
How many slices do you eat? We're making this way too complicated.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Like 6, like 4 to 6.
Right.
Okay, we're all in the same place.
Yeah.
I feel like I could eat more, but I usually
eat more too.
Don't feel like it.
That not the issue. Here's the thing, right? If say us 4, we order a single pizza, you already know for a damn fact Daniel's not gonna be completely satisfied, and I might not be completely satisfied unless I ate something before. So it's like fuck. No matter what, someone's gonna be unhappy, right?
Just order 2 pizzas.
Yeah, either order 2 pizzas or you just like get something afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, like I hate splitting a pizza. So no matter what, I feel like it's never enough pizza. It's either too much or never enough. It's never like a comfortable. It's like the salsa to chip ratio is fucked.
Yeah.
Like I've never grabbed the right number of chips for the volume of salsa I have. I either have too much or too little. You feel me?
Yeah,
I agree.
I think it just solved just by like
going
for somewhere for dessert.
What kind of chips and salsa are we talking about?
Like fresh made, like pico.
I usually have a lot of salsa.
Really? I always have too much chip for the volume that I eat.
Oh, all right.
Okay, to eat a shit ton of fucking nacho salsa. A shit ton.
They're good though.
I don't know, boys. I fucking hate eating out with friends sometimes. Actually, no, JK, I fucking miss it, but like it is so stressful for me. Like for everyone else, it's like a fun meal. No, for me, it's like a fucking tip. Who's paying what? How he's splitting the bill? Who's eating what at what volumes and how fast are they eating? Right? Like you can't eat too fast. Can't eat too slow. It's a fucking mess. It's a throw, bro.
For me, I think it's okay for me just because like it's a Chinese thing. So I guess I got used to it or something like that. I don't think about it too much, but I can see why. Like, there's a lot to think about.
Yeah, I don't think I eat at places I'm not really familiar with enough to have these problems too often.
Oh, if it's someone new, it's like they can have the whole fucking meal. I'm not eating shit. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
I don't know you well enough to eat in front of you anyway. It's fine.
No, I meant different places or restaurants like that, or because I typically don't go to too many new places to eat food.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll typically already know like what I like to eat at the restaurants that I'll go to, so it won't be a problem.
Yep. Well, as
Shall we
always,
wrap?
our conversation comes to food. This time, we didn't dissect the food, but we got into the food etiquette.
The food etiquette. Next time we're gonna etiquette the fucking. We're gonna talk about how long it takes to show up. What's the appropriate amount of time to show up to hanging out with your boys? Is it on time? Is it early? Is it slightly late? Like, what's the ish? Catch us next time.
The boys.
It's not the boys. It's the stamped liquors. No cap.
Why?
Daniel suggestions in the fucking group chat.
No, I did not do that. Right.
Oh wait, yours was Japanese sushi for life, right?
None of those. I didn't suggest anything. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening.
Stay hungry, everyone.
Stay hungry.